Thank you for joining me in the 11 Breaking News Center. I'm Lauren Watson, your digital anchor here at KKTV 11 News. Today I'm talking with Grant Calhoun, the Director of Industry Research Contracting at Colorado State University, about something pretty exciting. Grant, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing good, of course. So let's talk about this partnership that you guys are bringing to CSU's campus. Now, what exactly is this partnership going to bring to CSU's campus?
Well, CSU has been on the leading edge of laser research and laser science in the high energy short pulse laser research community for a long time. And we are looking to expand our current facility to have a more powerful laser and have more capabilities. And in engaging with Marvel Fusion in this public-private partnership, Marvel will bring a significant amount of laser technology to include and install in our new facility and in combination make it the most powerful in the world of that type.
So what kind of research is already happening at CSU dealing with lasers?
In this particular facility, in this type of laser research, using these very powerful, very short pulse laser beams, we work on high density plasmas for inertial fusion energy. So it's essentially taking very intense light and focusing on materials to see how those materials respond. An example of that would be taking computed tomography, so taking a 3D X-ray essentially of a solid object as it moves or it has other conditions happening. So it lets you do things because the particles are so small and so fast that you couldn't do with regular X-rays or even much less powerful lasers.
Awesome. So that kind of, I think, goes into my next question. How will this new laser expand and impact the research that's already happening on campus?
Right. So currently the laser in the advanced beam lab where this is taking place is a petawatt class short pulse laser. It's very powerful already. So in this new facility, we'll essentially add at least 3 lasers of that power, but more powerful, and that can shoot more quickly. So as quickly as 10 shots per second. So it really gives us a much broader tool to really look at even more extreme conditions and understand properties of material science in particular.
Now, this is a question I didn't throw at you earlier, what kind of practical implications would this research have?
Well, from Marvel Fusion's point of view, they're certainly trying to prove their commercial viability of their approach to fusion energy, and in which case they would use these very intense pulses to begin the fusion reaction in a very small target that they train the lasers on. So they will be working on the physics and proving up that theory. CSU does research in many areas, including that area, but a much broader set, including work on, one example would be creating a muon source, which is a very, very tiny, very, very fast particle that helps you see through solid objects. They've used those on the Great Pyramids to look inside and see where different chambers and tunnels are without disturbing the rock or the material itself. So that it has very varied practical applications, really across medicine, energy. It's really across the board.
That is so cool. So I know we just talked about Marvel Fusion. This is a partnership between you guys, Marvel Fusion, and the Department of Energy. How did this partnership come about?
Marvel Fusion has been coming to CSU to use the existing beam facility for a few years now. And they did so through participation in a program funded by the Department of Energy called LaserNet US. And through that program, the Department of Energy funds the upgrade and upkeep and running of very high-powered laser facilities to ensure that research groups in North America have access to the best technology to really do cutting-edge laser research, even if they don't exist at a facility that has that kind of laser. We need to make them available for cutting edge research, and the DOE pays CSU to make that available. So Marvel's come out for weeks at a time to do experiments over the last few years.
Awesome. And I guess, what are you most excited about with this new laser coming to CSU?
I think this is just such an excellent example of academia and industry working together to really try and solve some of the greatest challenges to humanity, and we all benefit from it. I think it can really be a blueprint for how industry and academia interact in the future, and the role of the federal government in helping support the opportunity for that research is really something I think people can look to. And by incorporating support from private industry, it really maximizes the utility of the public funding, the state and federal funding that CSU and public research universities receive, to really get the most benefit for the public out of that money that's given. And ultimately, to CSU, this is an opportunity to drive the very best students and the very best faculty to a one-of-a-kind facility in this research area, and really make CSU an epicenter of this type of research for across the world. So we're very excited.
That's amazing. Now, one more question for you. I know this is a brand new announcement. I know things are still in the works. Do you guys have a timeline yet?
Yes, the facility is slated to open in July of 2026, and that's an estimate at this time, but that fits Marvel Fusion's needs from an industry point of view. It gives CSU time to help design and construct the facility to the specifications that we need, make sure we have enough faculty and other resources on campus, and then really get it up and running by the middle of 2026.
Awesome. Well, those are all of the prepared questions I had for you, Grant. Is there anything I didn't think to ask about, or anything that I did ask about that you maybe wanted to really emphasize for our audience?
I think only to say that to compete in a competitive landscape for cutting edge science, you have to invest in that science to maintain your excellence and grow. And that really the purpose of our work in this area is to develop the best professionals to thrive in academia or industry as our graduate students and undergraduate students come out of these research opportunities. And we want to help emphasize and burnish CSU's reputation as the destination for this kind of talent in the world. And we're doing our best to really make that apparent.